going live on, oops, let me switch this over. I am going live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. My name is Deanna. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I am going to show you guys how to make this little love pocket quilt. And I've got a camera right here and a camera right here for Instagram. So maybe I'll move this one a little bit over. And so excuse me if I'm not writing on both, but so I'm going to teach you how to foundation paper piece. I have a free pattern that's available for you to go download. So, let me go ahead and activate that for Facebook real fast. Let me change this. So what you can do on Facebook is if you're on Facebook, you are going to just say, send me the pattern, and it will send you the link for where to go get it. For Instagram, it's in the link in my profile is where you can find this right now. And it'll take you to a blog post. And on YouTube, it'll be in the description of the blog post. So just so that you have kind of like an idea. But it's a free pattern to go download because I just want to share the love everywhere out there of all the good things that are going on. And I've got some other cute ideas for this too. We've been working on the Healthcare Hero quilt. This is the pillow. Back here, we have it in a 24-inch size, but it also is in this quilt size right here with the Healthcare Hero square on there. This quilt also comes in that 59-inch size that is back there. Those are all free patterns. But what we're working on today is the Little Love Pocket Quilt. And if you want to make this a Healthcare Hero one, just go ahead and put a little plus sign on the heart with embroidery floss. So I think that's really a lot of fun to do. So let's get started. Print off your pattern, and when you're doing paper piecing, let me just show you the pattern. I have it here in the 2.5-inch size right here, these little guys. You're going to use this little 1-inch square mark that you have. Let me grab one of my smaller rulers. Oh, here's a smaller ruler. And when you print this off, you're going to just kind of make sure that you're about 1 inch. Okay, there's like a little grid on there to let you know if you've printed it off in the right scale. But for those of you that haven't foundation paper piece, let me see comments so I can see everybody that's online. And let me mute my computer over here. I was kind of doing a little back, oh dear, I'm like putting my volume up higher. But I was doing a little, let me just refresh this page. I was doing some little fun things, but on the pattern, okay, here we go. Oh, I can see comments, so let me go ahead and respond to your comments too. How are you guys doing? Hi, Dolores. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Debbie Huey. We did, oh my gosh, you guys, we did Facebook rooms yesterday, and we all hung out in a room, and it was so fun, and it was so cool, and we had people from Dubai, and people in a Facebook room. It's kind of like Zoom. It's a brand new feature that's out there. But we had people in Australia and all around the United States and Costa Rica. And we were able to just like hang out in a Facebook room in the Everyone Can Quilt Facebook group. Okay, I'm going to write this down so you guys have it. Let me see if I've got something old. Oh, well, here's an extra pattern. I'll just write it on the back of this. So if you want to try out this new feature, I'm going to write this down. This is kind of Everyone Can Quilt. And we're figuring it out because Facebook right now only has it. So you go to the Facebook group, Everyone Can Quilt. It might be backwards. I don't know. But go to the Facebook group there. Be sure to join that Facebook group, okay, you guys? Because Facebook has this new thing about Facebook rooms. And we are doing it. And right now it's only for 8 people, but we can go in there and chat. We can even watch each other. So it's like an unlimited amount of time. It's kind of like Zoom, okay? And anyways, oh, it's 4 a.m. for Dee Dee Dwyer in, Dee Dee, you're in Australia, right? Or New Zealand. Anyways, I just, I always have live video brain when I'm on live. But yeah, everybody's from all over the world. So, but go ahead, join this Facebook group, and we're going to keep experimenting with having groups. Facebook only has it for 8 people right now, but people can go in and out of the group. And then And then they're going to increase it to 50 people and then 200. So come into the Facebook group. I will turn it on a little bit later today, okay? And we'll try to have some set times and things like that. But I've been trying to make my patterns shorter for you guys so it doesn't use as much computer ink, okay? So, and if anyone wants to help me rewrite my patterns so they're short, I'm all in and would love help. You know what I mean? From those crazy downloads. These are the instructions right here, right on the side on how to foundation paper piece. This one just gives you, if you want to print this sheet, more for the little heart one. This is if you want to print this off so you have the little heart message on the back of it that says, it says, stitches of love to put in your pocket, a reminder you are loved and not alone. God is love. Rub it to come from a place of love instead of fear. Love yourself and love others. So that's the little message on there. This is so you can print it off on fabric through your printer. If you're wanting to do that, that's about this 2.5 inch size. But let's get stitching. Okay, enough about all of that. Now, you guys, this is a nice small project. You don't need to go buy anything. You don't need to go do anything. And I know everybody has lots of scraps. So these are my bins of red scraps, okay? We're going to just pull some fabric. How do you organize your scraps, everybody? Yes, Helen Ann, it is a great way to meet up and sew together. But when you're doing, oops, I almost lost my chair. When you're doing it, just know that you're going to be on video. When you're in the Facebook room, you're going to be on video. But it doesn't matter what you look like, if your room is clean. I am having so much fun in these Facebook rooms because it's not just, like, I get to talk to you guys and I get to see your faces and I get to hang out with you and we get to talk and all of that. And I just love it. I can't even tell you. So we're going to use, we're going to use a couple different prints here. But let's go ahead, I don't know, let's just use this fabric. And how about this one for the mug rug? I don't know, we're just not going to think very hard about this, okay? So let's just throw that down there. So grab some scraps, okay? And then I have my little Cricut, I think I turned it off. Cricut Easy Press iron here. When you're doing foundation paper piecing, you don't want to have water in your iron. You want to be using a dry, hot iron, okay? So, you know, I mean, it just works better that way. But whatever you do, you do. So today, so that you guys can see this a little bit better, I am going to use the 4.5 inch size so that it's just easier for you guys to do if you're new to foundation piecing. I've already done a video on the little teeny tiny one. So you guys, if you go to that link, you can see this video and all that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and I'm going to just press my little piece of fabric here a little bit. And this time I wanted to use a light fabric with a print on it. So I am going to use this one because last time I did this, I used batiks and that was kind of silly to teach someone foundation paper piecing with batiks. It's easier. Oh, South Australia is where Dee Dee's from. Yes. You know what? It is so fun. Hi, Lynette. You are so sweet. You're at a loss. 2 huge bin full, and they're having babies every day. Your scraps. I agree. We need to use up our scraps so we can make a ton of these and share the love around with other people. Okay, but you guys, the Facebook group, it's like a dream come true for me because I don't have to be by myself. You know what I mean? And I just absolutely love hanging out with you guys and chatting with you guys and learning more about your lives. And we were laughing so hard. I've done it the last 2 nights. I've done a Facebook room in that Everyone Can Quilt group. So go join that Facebook group and just to learn how to, this new feature that's coming out because it's a pretty big deal. Okay, so we're going to use these pieces of fabric right here, and I think I'll just kind of slice off a chunk, right? And I know you guys have fabric like this laying around your house. And let's go ahead and throw that one over there. We're going to use this piece for one side. So I'm going to have one side of my heart be one color, and I'm going to have the other side of my heart be another color, which, boy, that works out great. Okay, there we go. So then what we're going to do you're going to use the front side of the paper. You typically want to print off your foundation paper, piecing paper on cheap, yucky, thin paper. I don't know. It's not necessarily yucky, but the cheapest paper you have. I didn't, because I want you guys to see that you can do this without going and buying anything new, okay? Now, when you work on this, there's two sides to the heart. This is side A, okay, and it says it on there, and this is side B, all right? And we have a 1/4 inch seam that's around this. On the pattern, it actually says 1/4 inch seam, 1/4 inch seam, because I don't want you guys to get confused, but mine doesn't say that, but that's okay. So I am going to have my paper piece facing up, all right? If you shine it up through the light, you can see where the lines are, all right? You can see through it. I'm going to put the wrong side of the fabric to the wrong side, the back side of the paper piecing, okay? Just like that, all right? And then we're gonna take a little pin, and I move my stuff around in between videos, so we'll just grab this little pin container right here. And sometimes I like to use smaller pins, you know, it doesn't matter. Just use whatever you've got, okay? And I'm going to stick a pin in it, all right? So we're going to just stick a pin right like that. Okay, here we go. Stick a pin in it. All right. Now, this little pattern says that this is A2. Our red section right here is A2. Let me switch the camera so you guys can see the above camera shot too, okay? And then we are going to use our A2 is right here, this little pink section, but we're going to first put on section A1, okay? You can see section A1, and let me show you this on this camera up above me for Facebook and YouTube, A1, okay? So I'm going to use this white printed fabric because you guys can see which side is the wrong or the right side, okay? So my rotary blade's right here, and I'm going to just cut off large chunks, okay, that you can see here. Uh-oh, did I do something? It says the video was interrupted. I have got a lot of software open on my computer. I should have restarted my computer. I don't know. Okay, it's still going. Boy, let me close some really big software. I've got tons of Adobe Illustrator open. I've got, oh my gosh, I've got way too much open. I've got, when you stream live videos, it takes a lot of computer power. So I'm going to just clear these things out. I think that should help. So let me go back to the live video. It said it was interrupted. Okay. So now I'm going to take this, and you can see this little line here, and that's section A1, and you can see that line right there. I'm now going to line this fabric up right like that, okay? And we're going to put this on the back side. And on here, on this side of it, I've got right sides of fabric touching each other, okay? And I'm going to stitch on this side of the paper. So let's take this over to our sewing machine. When we go to our sewing machine, we are going to bring our stitches down to about a setting of 1, okay? You want little teeny tiny stitches so it's easy to pick out, all right? Your paper from your stitching. Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and bring this over, and I'm gonna just bring this along, and I'm gonna stitch this down. Okay, and I wanna show you how I'm going stitching completely across the paper. All right, so let's check out these teeny tiny stitches. So teeny tiny stitches are ideal. Where's my seam ripper? Okay, so those are teeny tiny stitches. Have you seen anything so teeny before? Let me show Instagram. Teeny, teeny, tiny stitches right there. Just so, so tiny. Now, look, I stitched all the way along this line, even off of the paper. Okay, I want that to be real clean. Okay, now we're going to take it and stitch and flip. Okay, this is our stitch and flip section part. We can take out the pin. We're going to flip back our paper. Let me bring this down. And I'm going to do it for Instagram so you guys can see this going. I'm going to flip this back. my paper where I just stitched, and I'm going to use my ruler to cut a 1/4 of an inch seam. So I'm going to clean this off and cut a 1/4 of an inch seam. All right, so right here you can see now, and then now I've got that nice and clean right there. See that? Nice and clean. All right, we are now going to flip this over, and I'm going to press this open. All right, so let's press this open, and this is the top side of this heart. Isn't it cute? So we're making like a mug rug. Okay, I'm using my little Cricut Easy Press ironing thing, and I like this for foundation paper piecing. So now this is A1 and A2 are taken care of. We're going to move to A3. A3 is about that big, all right? So I'm going to just cut off another piece of a triangle there. We're going to lay it on here. It's going to go about like that, but I'm going to put right sides of fabric together, and I'm going to hold it up in the light, right like this. I'm going to hold it up to the light so I can see through the paper, and then I know that I'm catching that, and I'm going to stick a pin in it. Okay, so let's stick a pin in it. You guys, I cannot wait to be in Facebook rooms with you guys today. It is so fun. Okay, I'm going to stitch right along here. So let me go ahead and move this for Instagram so that you guys can, and I'm all the way over on the side of the paper, and I'm just doing these little teeny tiny stitches. All right. And it feels weird, but you guys, you can totally figure this out. If you haven't done paper piecing before, you can figure it out. Okay, we're going to stitch and flip. So now we're going to trim off this excess fabric. And we've got just a little bit of extra right there, but let's go ahead and go right here. And I am going to actually trim this off because I've got that cut over on that other side. But that's okay, because we don't need that little section right there, but I can move this over. So we're going to flip that, flip this back, and let's go ahead and just trim that again. And it goes really pretty fast, you guys, and it's just fun because you're having such precise stitching. Let's go ahead and flip this back up. All right, so that's the top of this heart. Let's press it open. You guys, there's just lots of love that we can share out there with the world, and we just need to share good things and good vibes is what we need to do. Okay, we've got a last section right here, section A4. A4 right there. See A4? I'm going to just cut off a bigger triangle over here. Let's go to this side. Might as well, right? And I'm being a bit large and obnoxious, but once you get this down and obvious, so here's a good piece that's going to cover up that section right there, okay? You can see that's going to cover up that section, and I'm going to put this right back here. So the section that I originally started with, right sides together, we're going to turn this around, right sides together, so you can see my white and my red, and then we're going to stitch that just right across. And I'm using that tiny little stitch length. So let's go ahead and just pull this over. And then this side is done. It is completely done. Okay, let's pull this out, trim that. And I'm going to flip my paper back. Okay, let's flip the paper back. Trim this at a 1/4 inch seam. So let's go ahead and trim it at a 1/4 inch seam. And let me see what the comments are. The world needs more people like you, Deanna. You guys, we have to just love each other, okay? We just really need to love each other and love the world out there because the world's a hard place. Okay, now I'm going to press this open. Remember, we're doing this big size because this is like a mug rug size. What we're really wanting to make is this little teeny tiny size. Okay, we're wanting to make the teeny tiny size, all right? But I've done this so that you guys can make a mug rug. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this size is side, because this is side A of the heart, is we're going to now trim with this 1/4 inch of a seam allowance. And on the one that you have, it says 1/4 inch seam allowance on the print off. Okay, there you go.